The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of the Life Over Likes podcast, its management, or its sponsors. Viewers' discretion is advised.
You know, they talking about Charlie. Fuck Charlie. How many brothers get shot in the neck every day in Chicago?
Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The Life Over Likes podcast. I got my brother with me, Mr. Lucky Luciano.
How you doing, baby?
It's good to see you.
How you feeling?
Blessed.
And highly favored.
Amen. Another day.
Above ground.
Okay.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got somebody sharp today. Talk about intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
The one, the only, the infamous, Mr. Smart Guy. How you doing?
Well, not infamous. Okay, I would say, the scientist of life, the father of civilization, the original man.
Amen.
Success, motivation, ambition, righteous truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was biblical. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I can't complain, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I did some research on you guys, and you brothers are on the right path. Your
Thank you.
content is amazing.
Appreciate it.
I believe you guys are going to stand the test of time. So, grateful to have this conversation with you brothers.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming, baby. We've seen you've done a lot of podcasts, and we love everything that you've done. And a lot of viral moments, a lot of great speaking moments, a lot of great motivational moments, and
Well, I'm from Harlem, so we got pause. You can't call me too many baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Harlem. Okay.
No Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Pause. Just say B.
but Harlem,
The ABY. You know what I'm
Harlem
saying?
do say baby though.
Harlem say baby. What's
A
up,
lot.
baby?
Yeah, that's
Harlem
a big
is-
Harlem thing.
What's up, baby? What's going on, baby? How you? What,
Yeah.
you go?
Nah. What's up, B? Shit, there you go.
Yeah.
Stand
What's up,
corrected.
B?
You might have
Okay.
heard it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. I mean, we
Fair
forgive
enough,
you.
fair
And for
enough.
the ones who misused the
We gotta let
lingo-
Harlem do tell us. We gotta let Harlem do tell us.
What's up, B?
Right.
What's up, B?
Yeah. There you go.
I got you,
Yeah.
brother.
Right back at you, B. Here you go. Here you go.
How was the
Right.
travel?
I was great. I mean, no complaints. Shout out to my boy Oskinos, my brother.
Was that to do was in connection with?
Say it again. No, that's my manager G.
Okay,
Oskino is state property. Used to be signed to Rockefeller.
Oh, Skino. Okay. Oskino. Okay.
So we got some stuff cooking
That's
up.
fire. That's fire. Shout out to Oskino.
Yeah.
So let's dive into you, right? Pause. I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
Yo,
But
man,
let's talk about. I did some research on you. I see
sure,
you box.
I got a little, little 1, 2, 2, 3.
How was that?
Light heavyweight?
Light heavyweight for sure, man.
Correct.
What are
I
you,
saw that.
180, 85?
No, I'm about 2 and some change right now. I got to cut weight. I'm cutting weight,
Right.
getting back in shape. Last year I had I was working on a fight. I fractured my ankle.
Sorry to hear about that.
And I was just like, I don't know what the fuck it. I couldn't train, I couldn't run, couldn't jump rope,
Right.
and I was just depressed. I gained 55 pounds. Fortunately for me, this is what my 55 pounds look like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Because I don't smoke or drink and stuff like that.
Got it.
And my diet for the most part is decent,
Clean.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm slowly making my way, back into getting in shape and stuff like that.
Right.
And boxing has been tremendous. It's been tremendous. It's been a great outlet for me.
Absolutely.
And I think it holds a special place in my heart. And self-defense is so important for black men to possess,
Absolutely.
especially in this day and time. So, and boxing is the most lucrative it's ever been, right? So,
Right.
yeah,
$100 million fights, $200
yeah, we
million
looking
fights,
to,
$20
we
million
looking to have
fights.
some tremendous matches in the next couple of years, man.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel that because I boxed for some time, did Golden Gloves a little bit, and a lot of people don't know how mentally disciplined you need to box.
Yeah.
How cardio and stamina plays one of the biggest keys in fighting. A normal day fight, normal Joe Schmo,
Right.
they fighting for 30 seconds,
yeah,
35, 40.
yeah.
Nowadays, a boxer, you built.
Rounds 3 minutes.
You know that, and it's 10 of them. If amateur 8,
Right.
pro
So-
10, for real.
Round is 3 minutes.
Right.
rest is depending on, right? Sometimes we work straight through. But it's mental first, right? Like
100%.
mental first, right?
Right.
When the mental is there, the body's gonna follow, right?
Right.
And I think with boxing, and I think if people knew more about boxing and how hard that sport is,
Right.
the fans would appreciate the pool of fighters that's available now.
Absolutely.
Right? You talking about Canelo, a guy that got maybe 70-something fights.
Right.
Right. Turned pro at 15.
Right.
Talking about Terrence Crawford, who,
Right.
he got 3 undisputed, like
Right.
3 different weight
Shout
classes.
outs to Mr. Crawford.
Correct.
I mean, right?
Had a phenomenal fight the other night also.
Carissa Shields, 2-time Olympic gold medalist.
That's right.
Right? Like no man or woman has ever done what Carissa Shields has done.
Right.
Right.
So she is like, Carissa Shields is literally the greatest.
Right.
Period. And for her to fight in MMA,
She's fighting MMA?
yes, you didn't
Yeah.
know she fought like a couple MMA matches.
I
and
didn't even
never knew that.
I didn't even
and
know that.
actually won.
Right. I never knew that.
I never knew
She
that.
is like
Wow.
Carissa Shields is our She-Hulk.
Wow.
Right.
She is, you know what I mean? Like, she is like, Carissa Shields is phenomenal. So yeah, Devin Haney, right?
Right.
Someone who is tremendously, right? Like he won undisputed. He fought in Australia, fought in Cambosa's backyard 2 times.
Right.
Tables stacked against him.
Right.
Came in the B side.
Right.
Left out of there the A side. Went right back, rematched him, beat him twice.
Right.
Right. Fought Ryan Garcia, a guy who didn't make weight, was on steroids.
Right.
Went 12 rounds.
Right.
Okay. And
He didn't look good against Ryan Garcia though.
no, but that comes with the territory. Muhammad Ali didn't look good in the first Joe Frazier fight.
No, absolutely. I'm not saying it doesn't take from his greatness, but
It doesn't, right? So
didn't-
I think because we have so many casual boxing fans,
Right.
they don't understand this
They're
is
deep.
this is a sport, right?
You're not gonna always look the best.
You got someone. You
24/7.
got Devin Haney is a phenomenal fighter. He
phenomenal
is
fighter.
generational. He's a Hall of Fame
Right.
fighter.
Errol Spence Jr., another
Right.
phenomenal fighter.
1,000,000%, right? But
Right.
people, you take one loss
Right.
Hey, it's over.
Yeah.
because
It's over.
because we in
But
this
that-
microwave system, right?
I was just about to say that because that's where society is now. It's like it's such a everywhere. It's just an instant gratification.
Yeah.
You know?
Anybody who lace up gloves, get in that ring. You have to give them a high level of admiration and respect.
Absolutely.
Because this is a different sport.
Absolutely.
Right?
But where did the love of boxing come from? Did it to piggyback off of that subject? Does it come from your past? Because obviously I know you was
Yeah, for
incarcerated for a little bit. Is that something you picked up while you was incarcerated, or was that before that?
Maybe a little before, like, being in group homes and being
Right.
in
Right.
foster care and
Right.
child shelters and stuff like that. And then
Right.
my mother, my mother was a drug addict, and she had so many different men, so many different boyfriends, and
Right.
she was always
Right.
in abusive relationships.
Right.
And I would literally be fighting these guys.
Damn.
Right, fighting grown men, getting my
Trying
ass
to
kicked.
trying to defend your
So
mom.
after a while,
Right.
you start to see a necessity in terms of learning how to fucking fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And defend yourself.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think that was kind of like the early interest in it,
Right.
and then being in the system. Oh man, we fight. we fight
fight-
everything.
you fighting all the time.
We fighting for phone calls. We fighting for butter crunch cookies. I never forget this. I got punched in the eye in Crossroads for my butter crunch cookies. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just sitting there.
Now we brawling, but it's over cookies.
So you was just sitting there eating the cookies, and the dude just punched you.
I was just sitting eating cookies. I ain't had the COs handed out the cookies.
Right.
And then when the COs handed out the cookies, kid came up to me, punched me in the eye.
Wow.
Tried to take the cookies. And we fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, so I think just being in the system and being in dysfunctional, aggressive environments,
Right. Natural self defense.
gave me an early interest for for boxing.
For sure.
And then, growing up, I had so much rage, right? Like being abused by my moms, not having my family around, not having a father in my life.
Right.
I had a lot of rage and pent up anger, and fighting helped me find an outlet,
Channel that.
right? But it wasn't it. When it came to boxing, that's when it was a healthy outlet.
Right.
Before then, we was just running outside asking people, "Hey man, hey buddy, bro, you got the time? You got the time?" And we just punch him right in his face, just like that. Right in the face, like he's we popping on you, right? We was just wilding, right?
Right.
Robbing people, fighting in school.
Right.
You know what I mean? So fighting wasn't a healthy outlet until I put the gloves on.
Right.
And then you put the gloves on,
Right.
and just a kid that's just like you.
Right.
Right. That's ready to fight also.
Fuck you. Let's get and man,
Get it on.
We just going.
Right.
Throwing heavy leather, man.
Right.
And it's just beautiful, man. So I think boxing is a phenomenal sport, and I love it. I enjoy it.
Right.
And I look forward to becoming, God willing, a Hall of Fame fighter.
That's beautiful.
That's
I love
beautiful.
that. And with your last name being Shakur, any relation to the Shakur family, Tupac Shakur, Sada Shakur, or just coincidental?
I think it's coincidental.
Coincidental, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm that because you don't run into too many people with the last name Shakur.
It's a beautiful last name. I say that. Speaking of incarceration,
Yep.
right? It's very troubling. We're black men, and I feel like the prison reform system it's not fair to us at all. It's a very touchy topic. You know, I've had friends fall under the system, fail at the system, fight the system, still fail. And then I've seen someone with a similar charge, different shade of color, beat the system or get less time for the system. What is your input in prison and just going through that catastrophic nightmare as a black man
and our black youth, right? I feel like especially with you using boxing as a self-defense, I feel like a lot of our young black men can use that because the grabbing the gun thing is just crazy. What's your idea on that? What's your outlook on that? Do you think it's something that's system-based, or do you think it's more mental health in our communities, or do you think?
Well, you got two separate questions, right?
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Right. Which one we'll touch on first?
Well, it's pretty much the same question. Like, where do you think it can help the youth as far as boxing, self-defense, crime, and in our communities?
Well, first we have to be aware of what we're dealing with, right? We're dealing with systemic racism. We're dealing with white supremacy.
Right.
We're dealing with a lack of leadership. We're dealing with a lack of leadership in positions of power, right? And white supremacy has expanded. It is being maintained now through laws and executive orders.
Right.
It has evolved and it's revised and refined, right? So we have to be mindful, right? So we talk about, Donald Trump ending DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, race and job opportunities for the black middle class, right? So, to where now we've always been overqualified and more qualified than white people.
Right.
And a lot of our brothers and sisters couldn't get jobs because of just the skin color.
Right.
So DEI was to ensure that the qualified and overqualified, there was never no black people that wasn't qualified for a job and got hired.
Right.
For sure.
Because as soon as we put in an application, we're under the microscope.
For sure. That's 24/7.
Right. Compared to the other applications.
Right.
Right.
So it's diabolical for the late fake Charlie, right? To act like black people get hired just because they're black, because of DEI. No. We were overqualified and still couldn't get the job because we were black. And so they had to include us because slavery was supposed to be over, which is not, right? And then we're talking about executive orders. This is what Donald Trump is almost like trying to hyper speed up expeditiously slavery and bring it back to us, right? So it's important to be mindful of executive orders. Also, military grade equipment for law enforcement, which will lead to escalating conflicts in the communities, bullying, and extreme dire police brutality. Like you got police officers looking like they G.I. Joe members, running around the ghetto, right? And then when you have 200 lifetime judges, because Trump just got 200 lifetime judges, sworn in. So there's your immunity right there. Right?
Nobody to hold you accountable.
Right? So nobody's going to be prosecuted, and there's going to be no convictions for the mass black murder that's about to happen due to these police officers who think they in the John Wick movie.
That's what I'm saying. There's no accountability. They can run free.
And then the next thing is removing our Holocaust from the schools. These are the laws these are executive orders, meaning the laws the president has passed.
Right.
This is shit is happening to where now they can't teach about slavery in colleges and schools. So now you're trying to erase what happened to us,
Correct.
but hold us accountable for not being in a position of power. But we're not in that position of power due to what happened to us.
Right.
And then you want us to take accountability. But when we pulled ourselves up from bootstraps that we didn't even have in Tulsa, in Rosewood, in Illinois, in Louisiana, right? You poisoned the water supply, made the town a buffer zone, killed all the rich black people. You came in Rosewood with white mobs, lynched and burnt and killed the whole town under the guise that of a white bitch. We seen the movie, right? They lied and said, oh, white girl said she got raped. No, that town was lucrative and there was a number of rich black people. So they came in and just killed everybody and took over the town.
Right.
So this is important for us to understand what happened to us and be educated so we don't fall victim to the same weapons being weaponized against us, right?
Absolutely.
And then the next thing is dismantling MBDA. That's the Minority Business Development Agency, right? An agency this is the executive order. Like, it's a law. They just erased, they dismantled,
Right.
canceled, right?
Right.
The
No
Minority
more.
Business Development Agency. So meaning that these are institutions that teach financial literacy, provide consultation for black business owners, right? So you're stripping away all the avenues that we need to utilize for our advancement here in America. So when you say make America great again, you're trying to make us slaves again. Okay, so that's important to understand, right? We're so focused on Pinocchio and not Geppetto. Right. We're so focused on the puppet, not the puppet master, and the conditions and things that happen to us that leads to gun violence.
Right.
Right. That leads to, stop and frisk is a real thing.
Absolutely.
Right. So police hopping out, your police are running around like Klan members. Right. They're intimidating, they're bullying.
Right.
And then when you remove trades out of schools, right? We don't build guns. We don't own armories.
Right.
Okay. We don't produce bullets.
No.
Okay. We don't produce bullets.
No.
Right.
We don't produce any weapons.
Right. So these weapons are strategically placed in the ghetto. And marijuana, you know why weed is legal? Because they put synthetic race-specific drugs in the marijuana that creates dementia, bipolarism, hyperaggression, emasculation, which leads to homosexuality, which leads us not to produce, so we can't procreate.
Mental illness.
Right? So we're being attacked on so many fronts, but then everybody's looking at us like, why aren't you doing better? As if black people, so if you erase what we did, right?
Right.
Then you can tell us who you want us to be, which we're not. So we never know who we used to be. So we can't even be naturally who we are.
Right.
So now we buy into this concept that we're just untrustworthy heathens and we can't figure shit out when we invented everything.
Right.
Math, science, everything. So that's why it's important for us to understand our education, our history, and we did not sell our people into slavery. This is why removing our Holocaust from the schools was a very strategic play by the Trump administration, because when you start to really study, you realize that it's a difference between slavery and servitude. Right? So African villages back in the day was beefing. We had POWs, prisoners of war, and they allowed them to work off. They allowed them to work as a servant, right? As a servant, not a slave, as a servant, and they eventually let them go, right? And then now, and I have to do a little more research on this, right? But there was we didn't have slave ships, okay? And we also underestimated the nature of the white man, the European, and the Portuguese. We didn't understand. We thought they was on the same shit we was on. Right? So now the Portuguese were transporting our servants or our prisoners of war, right? And then we thinking that they on the same type of time we on. Right? But they on some buck bacon, hanging, cutting testicles off, cannibalism, some whole other shit. But they tell us, they lie and tell us as if we sold our people into slavery. We never sold our people into slavery. We never. So this is important to study our history. Homosexuality is a Greek and Roman thing. This is not in our culture, right? So if you make it a law not to educate the next generation or the younger generation on who you are, then you will always be in control.
Absolutely.
So it is a serious issue for us to sit here and not educate ourselves and make as much content teaching our people that we invented math,
right?
We invented psychology,
right.
We invented the decimal, we created the pyramids, we are the fathers of civilization, the scientists of life, right?
The light bulb.
This is everything,
right?
Okay, so that's it. So that's something to be important, right? And then, you can't expect white people to do anything but empower themselves. So that's their sole purpose, okay? The white person's sole purpose is to empower themselves. And when we have clarity, you can't have accountability without clarity.
Right.
Because if I break your ankle, right, hit you with a tranquilizer, you fall asleep, break your ankle, and then duct tape it back together, right. And then you wake up and say, look, motherfucker, run a race now, nigga. Right. And you running against everybody else that got fresh ankles.
Right.
You thinking like, damn, maybe I just don't run fast.
Right. But
no,
really
maybe somebody handicapped you, and then put you out front and try to hold you accountable after handicapping you. Right. So it's just important for us to understand. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. First off, you are very.
I got you. Let me just because it's a connecting point, right? Okay. So it's another thing I wanted to talk about. This is my notes, right?
No, go ahead.
CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So it's a reason why. That's why. Okay, they have race specific chemicals they place in the food and they place in the drugs. They place in the alcohol.
Okay.
Okay. Like this is real shit. Okay, and it fucks with your equilibrium. It fucks with your physiology. Fucks with your biology. It makes your body produce chemicals that make you crazy.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So when you think of thought, right? CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, negative thought patterns, right? When you think of positive thought, your body produces cortisol. Your body produces melatonin, dopamines, endorphins, right? Makes you feel like a natural high. Right. When you're thinking negative, your body produces adrenaline and cortisol. Right?
Like working out.
No, adrenaline and cortisol is that combination.
When you're working out, as far as with the dopamine and
yeah, for sure.
It's that same good feeling.
Right, I got you.
Right.
So I know we press the time, so I'm trying to.
Go ahead.
You good.
So when we thinking negative, our body produces chemicals, right? Mm-hmm. Now we go through withdrawal phases, right? So because we're not taught neuroscience, we're not taught psychology, biology, physiology, right? We just out here winging it,
right?
Being attacked, right? So you have to go through a period of withdrawal. It's called acute withdrawal, which is about a couple weeks to 4 months. Right. Then you have protracted withdrawal, which is 7 months up to 10 years. Right. Okay? So when the person is doing dope, they have to be chained to a bed damn near to kick the habit. So when you're going through this withdrawal, you're trying to think positive, but you're feeling fucked up. Right. You're trying to do right, but you're feeling like it's wrong. Right. And if you're not aware, if you don't have accountability partners, if you don't have supervision, then you're not gonna stay consistent and diligent with the new positive thought pattern and applying yourself in a better way. Right. So once we understand that, now we can start to deal with the turbulence, deal with the emotional roller coaster that we're going to feel. Right. You're going to feel extreme pain when you try to break the chains of the slave consciousness placed on us by the colonizer. Okay? Right. So that's important. And then having mantras, right? Understanding that how you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration, that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, but also repels things away from you. Our thoughts create chemicals in our body that creates our mood. Right? And you can't do shit if you don't feel a certain type of way. Right? Now, that's the science of it. Now, the application of it is only think about what you want, forget about what you don't want, never speak about what you don't have. Only think about what you want, forget about what you don't want, never speak about what you don't have. And then you have to do the mirror work, right? And you have to have affirmations. I am enough. I am enough. Because everything that you add to I am becomes added on to you, right? And then now we're learning how to free ourselves from this mental plantation, this mental suppression and oppression, right?
That's true.
Then the next thing is every hour, set a time on your phone. Every 20 minutes, every 45 minutes, say your affirmations and say things that empower you to reach your goals. We have to be that micro managerial with our emotions because there's so many things on the externally that subconsciously conditions us to stay in prison and stay mentally shackled in this slave consciousness, right? From movies, videos, TikTok, posts. You scroll too much, you're gonna feel like your life doesn't matter. You're gonna see a police officer. You're gonna see a police officer shoot you. You're gonna see a girl tell you ain't shit. You're gonna see a commercial with a bunch of happy white people, no black people in there. You're gonna see a scary movie and you the first person that died. Right? All this programming. So you have to reprogram, change your paradigm, and this micromanagement is crucial. Okay. Now, next thing is you have to record yourself while you're saying it, right? While you're doing the mirror work, right? You have to record yourself saying your affirmations. Okay. Boom. And I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am happy. I am blessed. I am protected. I am happy. I am loved. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am happy. I am blessed. I am protected. I am happy. I am loved. Right? Because self-reliance is a virtue, right? God blesses the child that has his own. So you have to create things on your own that benefits you and then listen to your voice. Be the voice in your head. Be the voice in your head that you need to empower and motivate you. And you become the only voice, right? Because now no one else can, it's an African proverb that says, if it's no enemy on the inside, no enemy on the outside can ever do you any harm, right? If it's no enemy on the inside, your subconscious mind, if it's no enemy on the inside, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, no enemy on the outside can ever do you any harm. And then when you condition yourself to hear your voice, to hear yourself talking to yourself in a way that's uplifting, like your favorite song or your favorite movie, then you're gonna change your frequency. You're gonna change your frequency, and then that frequency that you change has a gravitational pull, and then it attracts things into your life, into your cipher that benefits you and protects you from the things that don't benefit you. Okay, so that's very important to understand that. And then. I wanted to. That was right. So then the next point is, so once we understand that, right, we go into this thing where it's no more expectations from other races, right? And this is like the long form answer to the questions that both of you asked me, right? There's no more expectations for other races because the other races work together to keep us out of the race, right? It's about white supremacy. It's about maintaining the status quo of white people. They want to protect their power. That's it. So we can't have expectations for them to do right by us because they've been doing wrong by us since before any of us when this room was fucking born. Okay? So we're not placing no more expectations on races or man, specifically the white motherfucking man. And then when we do that, now we are open to the provision that God is going to give us, right? We are protected by God when we go to God for protection. So we're conditioned through the slave consciousness to go to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, let my people go. Donald Trump, let my people go. George Bush, let my people go. Bill Clinton, let my people go. We didn't let my people go to so many white motherfuckers. It's hilarious, right? But how many of us go to God? Right? We got to go to God, right? Have to go to God and understand that God is the supreme medicine. God is the supreme solution. God is the supreme remedy for these devils. Okay? Boom. Now, take control. We have to take control of closure through affirmations. Right? I am healed. I am better. We are generation reparation. Right? We're not expecting anybody that did wrong by us to do right by us, because when we do right by us, it's going to supersede all the wrong that they did by us. Fuck them. Because it's been fuck us forever. Okay? They called us fucking monkeys. This is another thing I want to say. When you see a monkey, right? And I want you to do when you see a monkey, who does a monkey got lips like? Huh? White man. Who you see hair all over their chest and back and body? White man, Indians. Monkeys don't look like us. Monkeys look like them. We ain't no motherfucking monkeys, man. Right? So we have to stop placing expectations on other cultures and races for our closure. Now, also understanding without God, you're healing. Without God, you're healing. You're always in that race of trying to get better. With God, you're healed. Right? With God, the solution is there. And then the protection for you to produce and maintain a solution is also there when you go to God. That's why they attack our religions. Right? Christianity was used as a catalyst for white imperialism in Africa. Islam, right, was used as a catalyst for Arabic imperialism, right? So, we're even taught to go to a white man as our God to help us. See how he figured it out?
Right.
So, but we're not going to God. And when we go to God, then we get what we're looking for.
Amen to that.
But we have to reprogram ourselves so we look for things that benefit us.
Right.
Because the white devil's slick, right? Because now he's convincing you to go to him as God, and he's not God. And he's also conditioning you to go to him for crumbs when you should get the whole world.
Absolutely.
Right? So our inspiration, our desires have to be from the ancestors, not from a program given to us by an oppressor or a so-called slave master, right? So understand that's important. Also, meditation. Meditation allows you to hear God's voice in your conscious and subconscious mind. Right. So when we meditate and we meditate and we meditate and we be still and we be still, we start to hear God's voice. And then we start to hear the route we're supposed to go from that voice. Mm-hmm. See? That ain't no motherfucking church. That ain't no masjid. Because the mosque and the church is right here. Right? This is it right here. This is the vessel. This is the institution. Right. So when we stop looking out the window and start looking in the mirror, we start to see not only God and hear the voice of God, but see the God in us because we created in our Father's image. So if my Father is a God, don't call me no monkey. If my Father is a God, don't call me no fucking giraffe. I am a God. And you a God too, and you a God too. And that's what we got to be on. And we understand that God fulfills any void. Right. Whatever we ask for, we are going to receive. Right. That's important, right? My last point. And then we have to put that to the test. Prayer is the actions you take. Prayer is the actions you take, and the answer to your prayers is the results you receive based upon the actions you take. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when we take action and move towards community development, when we take action and move towards generational wealth, which is your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100, God is gonna bless us, right? Amen. Through provision. Right. Okay, and then we have to put an expiration date on the pain. Right? We have to put an expiration date on the pain. Right. That's the prayer. I am healed. This is done. Enough is enough. No more beating me up. No more me going nowhere. I'm put an expiration date on this lower vibration. I put an expiration date on this slave consciousness. Right? I put an expiration date on all these spirits and demons. These fucking white people is trying to make me absorb and accept. See? And then when I put an expiration date, like an Airbnb that's overdue, bitch, you got to go. Like a hotel, ring, ring, room service, you check out time, check out time, check out motherfucking time. These devils and demons is this check out time. Right. You hear me? So you put an expiration date on the pain and then open yourself up to the blessings and put yourself in alignment with the provision that God has waiting for all of us.
Right. That was beautiful. You are very knowledgeable.
100%.
I want to ask you a question.
For sure.
Have you ever came out with a book?
Yeah, I'm working on a couple books.
You need a book. Now, I'll be honest with you. I had a lot of points to pin on what you said.
I got you. I'm here.
And
I know we was pressed for time. So
you good.
No, you're perfect. That was beautiful.
I want to make sure. You know what I mean?
You good. You hit every point you needed to.
100%.
I feel us blacks. It's easy, and I understand what you just said.
Yep.
Sometimes, though, it's easy to point the finger at other races.
You have to.
Because of what our ancestors...
No.
Hear me out. I got you. I'm coming.
Wait, hold on. Before you even say that, let's go back. No, listen. That's why I said it, because I had a podcast the other day, right? And we were talking about this, right? I just told you, look, these are executive orders.
I understand that.
Listen, no. I'm never going to. You can never tell a so-called Jew, don't mention the Holocaust. Listen, brother, 2 weeks ago, I was in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, right? Doing research, going to synagogues. You know the Holocaust was less than 100 years ago? Huh? You know that Jewish Holocaust, the so-called Jewish Holocaust, was less than 100 years ago, and they were able in less than 100 years to amass so much power through their unity?
Absolutely.
And when you go it's 2 times a week. Right? They do this 2 times a week. They give out books to the kids and they make the kids remember what happened to the ones that came before them.
Right.
Okay? So who the fuck you think you are to tell me to forget what you did to me that affects me right now? My people will perish due to lack of knowledge. So we don't have the knowledge on what was done to us and the long-term effects of what was done to us. Okay? Right. Because there's a lot of brothers that don't even like their nose. Why though? It's a lot of brothers that don't like the color of their skin. Why though? Right. It's a lot of brothers who don't like how their hair look. A lot of sisters to this day that feel more comfortable straightening their hair when their hair is alive. Right? Why though? Right? This is self-hate.
It is.
Right? And
it is.
And then now it's like, oh, I'm supposed to forget the 400 plus year head start that you got? But you motherfuckers ain't give me reparations.
Okay.
You hold on, let me land this plane.
Okay.
You motherfuckers ain't give me reparations. You motherfuckers is passing laws to remove things that we needed because of you was in the way. You want me to forget all the little black girls and boys that was hit in the head with rocks and stones to go to school, right? And then those little girls and boys that got hit with rocks and stones to go to school had children, and they had to remember, damn, Ma, why you got one eye, Grandma? Well, baby, you know I was trying to get into this school. They knocked your fucking eye out, Grandma? So Grandma got one eye, so I'm supposed to forget those Cyclops Grandma, Cyclops Granny, because white man didn't want Granny to go to fucking school to get an education. Hold on, I'm almost done.
Land the plane.
Right? They already landed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm landing another one. You know what I'm saying? So now look, check it out, right? There's a societal acceptance of white privilege. All these white motherfuckers benefit from their forefathers. Don't let them fool you. Nepotism is a real thing.
Absolutely.
Don't let them see. That's the thing. That's why, and it frustrates me because we don't have black leadership that has nuts that's gonna say this shit.
Right. 90% of politics.
Fuck out of here, yo, bro. Listen, Central Park was an African village.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
I didn't know that.
Right. So now you go. Wait a minute. I just came from Harlem. I shake this white guy hand. I said, yo, how much this building cost? He's smiling. 140 million. I said, this building ain't worth no 140 million. Right? You white motherfuckers then robbed, killed, lied, took our resources. Then we built this country. And then now we looking at y'all like y'all the money getters. We looking at Elon Musk like he's somebody special. Warren Buffett like man, fuck all them crackers. Feel me? They stole from us and then got a head start. And then when we built our own after not getting what we were supposed to get, they attacked us even still. And then fast forward to today, you don't see no white motherfuckers talking about, damn, that shit was fucked up. Because they devils. They don't have no empathy. And if we stupid enough to think that it's okay to not hold them accountable and let them trick us, because that's slave consciousness. Right? You know, what happened, boss? Yeah, I just can't get right. I think I'm a man. Fuck out of here. You motherfuckers. Then look, all these kids making babies making babies, right? They remove sex education out of the schools. These kids are not even taught sex education. They just give out condoms and tell them, hey, don't, right?
I remember that.
I remember that.
Right? They took trades out of schools. Talking about, they took trades out of schools.
I remember that.
This has been a government attack forever on our people. So, yeah. So don't listen, brother. Don't let the white man trick you thinking like, yo, hey, man, you blame the white man. Look, you blame the white man so you know who your enemy is. And then when you know who your enemy is, you know who your friend is. And then when you know who your friend is, you get with your friend and stay the fuck away from your enemy and don't treat your enemy like he's your friend and your friend like he's your enemy.
Here's my thing.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Here's my thing. Hey, I come from Nigeria, born here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's different in Africa. Very different. The oppression is on another magnitude. But imagine.
It's not.
Okay, hear me out.
It's the same.
It's a little different. Hold on, wait. Because the resources, hold on. Hold on.
Listen,
hold on, can I land? I want to land.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this real quick, and this is imperative.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Lucky been around men of the same color,
right,
with the same opportunities, and what they did with it. Threw it out, didn't accomplish anything. Hear me out, and I'm not generalizing it, but me and you and Lucky personally know men and women that have been given the same opportunity, fumbled
colonizer.
and then
You can't
pointed
fumble.
the finger. But hear
You
me
can't
out.
fumble. No.
I seen an immigrant.
Watch this. Tell me, no.
I
you
gotta
can't. No, you
land.
can't.
I gotta
It's not even like
land.
You crashing a plane.
I'm not crashing.
We're the only group. Listen, tell me. We're the only group of immigrants. Name one immigrant other than us that was slaves here in America. Name one immigrant. Name a Chinese. Name an Irish. Name any one of these motherfuckers that were hung from trees here.
None of them.
Right then. Now look, check this out.
None
now.
of them was hung.
Now check this out now, right? Check this out. Right? They gave us a religion, right? I'm glad you said it because I almost forgot my next point. They gave us a religion, but removed all the tools for our liberation in the religions that they told us to make us to practice. Okay? So when you say, just because the motherfucker don't know how to, look, he's right for pointing the finger. He may not have the full context like I do to say you point in the right direction, baby. Huh? When I say baby, I mean mental.
I understand.
You point in the right direction. He just doesn't know. He can't really word it. This is what Big Bro Smart is here for. Because the Board of Education took out programs to benefit little black boys and girls. Right? They poison the food supply. They put this shit in. Classical and operant and conditional programming is a real thing. This is psychological warfare. Why does he fumble? Did we unpack it? Did we really unpack it? Right? Did we see? It's not in our nature to fumble the ball. It's not in our nature to be lazy. It's not in our nature. Not one black man that sucks in air is by nature anything but a god. And if he's living outside of his nature, he's just sleep. But he can be awoken. And that's the white man's greatest fear. That's why they attacked the leadership. Okay? So now we have to teach this brother, look, brother, how you think creates how you feel. Okay, well, what are you dealing with? Let's have a conversation with this brother. How did he fumble the ball? How is his self-esteem? Is he bipolar? Does he have lack of confidence? Right? I was that brother. Fuck you talking about? Right. I was that brother. What you talking about? I was him.
Right.
See? I didn't know who I was. I was a nigga, smoking weed every day, depressed, suicidal, wanting to kill myself, hating everything that looked like me and loving everything that don't look like me. Huh? I was watching Saved by the Bell, Zach, wishing my hair was blonde and black. I bought contacts and put them in my eyes one time and looked in the mirror like, why my eyes ain't blue? I hated everything associated with me because everything associated with me wasn't marketed to me in a way that made me feel worthy of me. Huh?
Right. That's a true thing.
It became a lack of value that I had for myself. Then I was in a system that marketed me as nothing. Told me I was nothing. You didn't tell me I was a god. Every hero that we saw, did he look like us? We seen Spider-Man, Superman. We seen everybody coming up in America. We ain't seen no Black Panther came later. We just seen white man as John Wayne and Hercules and Xena. Warrior Princess. We even see Bruce Lee. All them kung fu movies. They never showed us when we invented martial arts. We invented the samurai. We invented the ninja. See? Huh? So you say this last point, my brother. So that's what they don't want us to have for our brothers. You know what that word is? Starts with an E, ends with a Y. You know what that word is?
Starts with an E and ends with a Y.
Starts with an E.
Employ.
You're close.
That was good. That was close. That was close. That was a good one.
Employee ends with an E, brother.
Employ. Employ, not employee.
Empathy.
Make sure you guys subscribe. Continue.
Empathy, right? So now, because we don't have community, and this goes back to the plan, right? 12-month plan. First thing, we have to be on a negative speak fast. Right? Where you go 30 days without saying nothing negative, not listening to nothing negative. So now you can start to awaken your true nature, right? So negative speak fast. That's the first thing. It's a 12-month plan. Second thing is Black Portfolio Month, when we focus on businesses, predominantly delis and corner stores. Next thing is Black Contribution Month, improving the quality of living in our neighborhoods. Next thing is Holistic Health Month, 12-month plan, right? Where we start following the Dr. Sebi diet. Number 5 is Barter System Month, where we start exchanging goods and services in the community. Number 6 is Trip to Africa Month, because we need to start having a better connection with Africa and understanding all the business opportunities available to us in Africa.
Amen
and the new revision of the African government is more receptive to African Americans going out there and building, right?
Extremely.
Then we need a separation month where we separate from the colonizer. We don't speak to them. We don't say high five to our neighbors. We need to go 30 days without talking to nobody that don't look like us and not supporting nobody that don't look like us.
Right.
After that is meditation month, because we need to develop confidence, self-esteem, and reprogramming the subconscious. Like you said, that brother fumbled the ball. You're born black. So if you're born black, you're born genetically superior. The neuromelanin in our brains makes us superior. The pituitary glands, the third eye, makes us superior. Every black man born is born superior. Every black man born is born a God. They just a Kal-El that didn't find the sun. Okay? Boom. So now meditation month, so we can start reconnecting and untangling those knots, right? Next thing is self-defense month, right? Where we learn a martial art, boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, marksmanship, right? Chemical warfare. We start understanding how to defend ourselves, right? That's also going to build confidence in the community. Next thing is homeless month. Don't nobody take care of their homeless better than the so-called Jews. Right. We treat our homeless like it don't fucking matter. We need a month where we highlight and we focus on doing good things for the homeless. And that's going to create good karma for us because God loves that type of shit. Boom. Next thing is book month, right? Where we focus on who we are, that true education, so we can inform that brother. And God, man can't blind what God lets that man see, right?
For sure.
So that brother that you think fumbled, he just sleep. And when he gets access to the true information, the true system of God, and the true way to get to God, that brother that fumbled gonna be scoring touchdowns, baby. Right? Next thing is also book month, right? So we focus on skill acquisition, learning knowledge, learning neuroscience, understanding psychology, physiology, chemistry, so we can start to understand the impact on content created by white supremacists and how it affects us, and how we can create new content as proud Africans to uplift our people, and the scientific benefits of that. And last is Natural Hair Month, where we start promoting. Right back in the day, it was like right on. Everybody had an afro.
Everybody had an afro.
Right. We need to start having a month to celebrate our God-given features.
Right.
Yeah.
He has landed 100 planes, and he landed them beautifully. All I'm saying, and I'm not speaking on just about the fumble.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No black man fumbles, man.
All I'm saying is, it's unfortunate that we are going to forever. Well, let me not say forever.
Yeah. You speak.
Let me not say forever. We have been scrutinized, and it's still happening.
Yeah.
But I can't sit here and not see what I've already seen. I'll use my pops as an example. Came here, immigrant.
But you can't.
Very important. Wait. Came here immigrant.
Listen,
he came here immigrant. I gotta finish. He came here immigrant.
Okay,
he had nothing. Had nothing. Immigrant had nothing. Worked security. Worked yellow taxi. Worked overnight security, yellow taxi in this country. Scrutinized 24/7. Hold on, I got you. Wait, hold on.
That's irrelevant.
It is relevant. Here's why. He was also viewed under a microscope 24/7, and he wasn't even he wasn't even a citizen yet.
Listen,
and the reason why I'm going at this point, reason why I'm going at this, I got you. I'm gonna give you.
You're too smart to not understand it.
I understand it. I overstand it.
So you wouldn't be saying that.
But listen. But
White
listen,
people want us to do that. White people want you to highlight. Let's check it out. I deadlift 800 pounds. Check it out. I'm strong as a motherfucker, right? I'm strong as a motherfucker. So now imagine a brother who, let's use him for example, don't work out how I work out, right? Genetically, he has the potential to lift just as much as I lift, right? So now looking at me, I don't know his situation. I don't know his scenario, right? His pain threshold is different from mine, right? His ability to tap into who he is and what God gave him may be different from mine. Doesn't mean he's different from me though, right? And what the white man wants us to do, and he loves to do this. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Michael Jordan. Fuck all you motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers put us in slavery. Y'all create laws to hurt us all. So we talking about micro versus macro. We talking about the father that you had that rose to the cream of the crop. But I can't leave none of my brothers behind.
Who said we gonna leave them behind? I never said leave them behind. But you know what crazy? Yes, but
that's look. Listen, brother. That's what the white man did to us in slavery. Look,
yeah, but how long we gonna keep making the same excuse and pointing the finger?
Forever.
It can't be forever. You know why? Because the same white man the same white man gave my pops an opportunity that another black man didn't in Brooklyn.
Listen,
buying a brownstone that he invested in. I'm just saying.
That's not an opportunity. Listen.
It wasn't opportunity given. It's an example.
You have to understand.
We can't generalize that statement
what you mean?
all the time.
We have to.
We can't generalize it.
When you do that, right?
And I'm not saying I'm not on your side.
I don't care. You know how crazy you look doing that? Now, let me make you white for a second. As a Holocaust survivor with the so-called Jews, hey, there were some good Germans. They would beat you to death and drag you out the synagogue, man. See, the problem with us is we're too fucking empathetic for everybody else. I don't give a fuck what good white man it is. It's too many evil white men to be highlighting the small percentile of white men who did anything for us. And the motherfuckers who's in power don't do shit for us. Okay? So I'm not here. I care about us. And my brother that's fucked up, I'm going to say, look, bro, this is what you need to be doing. I got empathy for that brother. I don't make the comparison because the colonizer, the slave master, did that on a plantation. He tried to compare us. Your father was a great man. Don't mean the deadbeat daddy wasn't a great man. Don't have the potential to be one, right? We have to start to understand culture and community and start having empathy for our brothers and not play this white man's game. Because we don't own, your father don't own no textile mill. Your father didn't build the CIA. Your father didn't create no nation. Fuck you talking about? Your father's a black man who played the game good and won. Cool. I'm tired of playing the game. I'm tired of us having to be in comparison. So this is what I'm advocating for us to do. Goes back to my Goes back to my my 12-month plan. I'm trying to create systems that every black man can utilize to waken himself up.
You was just answered my question. I was about to ask you.
And every black man can and will wake up. That's it. And we have to have leadership. This ain't for everybody, though. We have to have leadership who is loyal to us. And I sit and I watch these rabbis and how they talk to them.
Okay.
They not leaving no Jews behind. They like this. Not. They like, yo, they gonna give you a job. They gonna figure it out.
You're right.
But the white man want us to leave my brother behind.
You're right.
Did you know I got a GED in prison? I got an 8th grade education. I used to have a stuttering problem. I wasn't nobody. I was dumb as fuck.
Right.
Huh? Look what I evolved into. Now imagine if I would have had a brother catch me at 7 years old with that potential.
Okay.
Malcolm X. You know who Malcolm X was? Huh? He was a fucking pimp. Fucking white girls eating pork, burning his hair straight. Huh? So could you imagine catching Malcolm at 12 and introducing him to himself? Who he really is? We can't afford to leave no soldier behind in this race war that's coming for us, brother. I love all my brothers. I love them all. The ones who fumble, we gonna teach you how to hold the ball tight, pause, and score the motherfucking touchdown. And we not here fooled by no white man who smile in our face. That's how they got our ancestors. So the white men who trick our brothers to take their POWs and bring them into this slavery shit, we too hospitable with everybody else. White people don't feel the same way about you that you feel about them. And they know, they just smile in your face. Because you got a deep-rooted sense of self. Hey, you ever been to Chinatown? You ever been to one of them spots in China and the Chinese person look at you like,
yeah.
They love it. They don't fuck with us. You know what I mean?
Right.
I look at them, I look at me.
Right.
I don't see a white man to be like, hey, buddy, I don't go fuck if you ain't no good white man. And at the end of the day, when we understand that, because it's not in their nature to be good or be good by us. And that has been proven. And every time I hate to see these fucking brothers who think they got white friends. Because anytime shit really hit the fan, they show you that they ain't your fucking friend. And why you keep looking for somebody that's not you to be your friend? Shit is crazy. We want everybody to accept fuck out of here. Because we got the slave consciousness. But now when you have that pride and that sense of self, you ain't letting get the fuck out of here. Go into the wrong village in Africa as a white man. See what happened to you.
And that's actually going on right now.
You ain't making it out, brother.
And also, Smart, something I want to ask you,
brother.
right?
Yeah, my dear brother. Yeah, my dear brother. Let it play, my
everything
dear brother.
you say.
And I want you, my brother.
Now we're all the way with you. All the way.
You my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Now we're all the way here.
Yeah.
Right, and this is amazing. This is like probably the first respectable debate we had on a topic so serious, especially as three black men. Mm-hmm. So what I want to say is, right, everything you said was not incorrect as far as what we went through in this country and what we continue to go through in this country. Mm-hmm. But can you honestly say in 2025, any inner city kid, black kid, right? Any inner city kid right now in the Bronx, Queens, whatever, whether you're in the projects, whether you're middle class, whatever it is, right? Whatever your situation is as a black youth right now, if you stay out the way, apply yourself.
No,
hold on. If you stay out the way, apply yourself, find something that you love,
No.
Find something that you believe
No.
in.
I ain't gotta let you finish.
And you can't. You really, you truly don't.
You
believe
are an enemy.
Any,
You are a
any,
threat.
any black kid. Can get that far.
This is why you gotta have clarity. This is why
by just
no
staying
I've
on the
seen
path
it.
to something that he loved.
No. I've seen it.
You don't think
check
so?
out.
What are you talking about?
Listen.
Everybody that's black that stay out the way is gonna fail.
No, listen.
What are you talking about?
I've seen it.
You heard the question?
Listen what I'm saying.
I'm listening, baby.
Listen what I'm saying.
Oh, listening, B.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh.
Now check it out. Check it out. When we understand white supremacy, when we understand the purpose of white supremacy, the design of white supremacy, right? We trying to win the wrong game. We trying to win the wrong prize. That's not even just nothing, right? Like just nothing. Stay out the way, dude. That's nothing. We talking about building nations. We talking about building armies. We talking about getting the white man.
But that's staying out the way, though.
Nah. I want to be in the way. I mean,
I
want to be in the way.
If you're truly about building our own foundation,
listen, hold on, listen.
If you're truly about building our own foundation, building our own schools, right? Building our own hospitals. I see the path.
What happened in Rosewood? Listen, brother, there's a list of bodies. Hold on.
I'm not against you. I'm with you.
This is why.
Go ahead.
This is why they want to remove slavery from the conversation in schools, because we did that. We did exactly what you just said. We did that, and they burnt, raped, bombed, killed, chopped up, erased.
But that was years ago. I'm talking about as of right now. If we did that now,
brother, we don't have no cities. Fuck you talking about? And
we got a lot of cities. There's a lot of cities where 90% of it is black.
You can't speak on things that you don't understand, right? And you have to stop being fooled by the illusion of ownership. We don't have no towns where we own the land, right? Have our own police department. We don't own shit. We don't have nothing. And when we have areas that are predominantly us, you see what happens. HIV was a motherfucker in Atlanta, huh? Homosexuality is a motherfucker in Atlanta. Detroit, the water fucked up somewhere. Why the water so fucked up? Katrina, huh? So think about this. But if you don't know what happened before, you can't connect the dots. That's why it's so evil. Because what happened in Katrina happened in St. Louis. What's happened in Detroit is happening in St. Louis. What they did was they made it a buffer zone. They contaminate the water supply, get everybody out, and then come in. And then magically the water is good again. See? So if you don't understand the tactics and the strategies, if you don't know what COINTELPRO is, if you don't know what they do and how they do it to us, then you don't realize that it's happening right now. But you don't have a point of reference. So you just like, work harder. Fuck out of here. No. Time out. I'm not, bro. Boom. I'm not. You ain't gonna be playing this game with me. You ever see Gladiator?
Of course, my favorite movie.
At the end of Gladiator, what the pussy do? Lift boy armor up, right?
Mm-hmm. Snapped him and went out in the yard and fought, and he had to fight the people. But guess what? He fucking won. Now wait. Listen, because I know why you use that metaphor.
Right, and let me
Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's a black man.
No. Listen,
Russell Crowe is the black man that you're referring to.
Right. And we've been winning. And we've been winning. Listen,
I know.
Listen, check it out. Now.
Sorry for the profanity, but subscribe.
Listen, we not gonna keep allowing the shit to happen.
I know.
So now
but then who go? Okay,
me. So now look, I'm in the back. Look,
hold on. Let's do this real quick.
Yeah.
Let's have clarity. We don't need to scream. Let's have clarity.
Oh, we passed.
And I know that. And you my brother, and I'm proud of you. So I want to say this, and I want this to be the cleanest answer. Don't go this way, stay here. And I love it when you go here, because it always comes back. But stay here. What would you do if opportuned to change everything?
I'm changing it now.
I would like to hear it.
I'm just, you heard it. That's what this is about, right? So again, this is why I'm bringing the full context and constantly not letting the white man off the hook and saying like, it's not fair, right? See, we win because we're superior. So we keep beating them. Look, we keep beating them with one lung, one arm, because we superior. We keep not getting a race.
He's good.
We keep not getting a race because we superior. So now we have to let the next generation know, like, nah, you ain't see Russell at the full 2 on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you on.
So now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now
Okay,
2 on.
It's over.
You ain't see Michael Jordan, and you see Mike in the full game.
Right.
We want you to see Mike fresh to death.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's who you are.
Right.
Don't let this motherfucker make you think that it's close. It ain't even close, bruh. So now, not only am I prepared to whoop your ass with 1 lung, I'm gonna protect the motherfucker coming behind me, so he gonna whoop your ass with 2 lungs. And eventually, you motherfuckers ain't gonna have a fight to be in, because we're gonna race you motherfuckers. And that's what we gotta be on.
Right.
You see? That's what we gotta be on. We have to stop accepting the handicap. It don't mean we stop fighting. It don't mean we lay lackadaisical. It don't mean we say, the white man. No, you bitch, I know what you do, and I'm beating you anyway. And I'm gonna make sure the motherfuckers that come after me gonna beat you on even playing field. See? Same thing for me. I'm working out. So, he wants some clout. I'm gonna give it to him. Akeem the Queen. This is my brother, but we competing, right? Mm-hmm. And I had 2 bicep injuries, pulled groin, hyperextended. I'm fucked up. Mm-hmm. And we compete, we battle. I lose. Mm-hmm. I'm laughing, shake his hand, everything. Mm-hmm. He talking crazy to me, right? Week later, yo, man, you ain't as strong as me, blah, blah. I said, brother, I'm not even in shape. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get in shape for your ass. 3 weeks later, cooked him on the bench press. Cooked him, right? Because he got to see the best version of me. These white motherfuckers are so arrogant, so fucking cocky and disrespectful and condescending and dismissive because they only seen the 1 lung warriors. Mm-hmm. They ain't see the 2 lung warriors. And now, when you see the 2 lung warriors, you motherfuckers gonna be bowing to us how you supposed to. White boy? Huh? Supposed to bow to us, man. This is what it's about. Fuck all that. I don't come from this integrationist, subservient, white man is my friend shit. No, we taught you. We taught you Romans. We taught you Greeks. We taught you pilgrims. We taught you cave monkey nut dwellers. We taught you. You don't repay us like we secondary. You don't repay us like we are subservient. Fuck out of here. We taught you. So we gotta have that pride, huh? And we have to have that confidence when we speak. And I'm not looking for no white man to be hey. Fuck all that. I don't want to be cool with you. I don't want to be your friend. He got a nice hat and shirt, but I don't want him recording no more. I want a black man recording my shit. Because that's how they think about us. Integration is horizontal, segregation is vertical. Go look at the Trump administration. Go look when Trump got elected in. Look at that room. Shit looked at like pale as a motherfucker. No coffee in that milk pot, huh? Look at the New York Stock Exchange. Look at these white people when they get in position, what they do. Ain't no black people around. And the black people that got jobs get treated like they rugs. We have to stop acting like we need them. We don't need them. We don't need them. We don't
I agree with you. I don't think we need them. But that was the point of my question, though.
So that's what I'm teaching our brothers and sisters to have. Confidence. Mm-hmm. Confidence in our capabilities.
Right.
Okay? Confidence. Let this be the last time you record in this motherfucking spot. Let this be the last time. Let this be the time you say, you know what, brother? You know what's smart? We're gonna sit down and talk. I'm gonna drive. You say Queens? I'm gonna come where the fuck you at. We're gonna sit down and have some coffee. We're gonna talk about ad revenue. We're gonna talk about the audio deals and the visual deals. We're gonna talk about paywall. We're gonna talk about Patreon. We're gonna talk about propertyshark.com. We're gonna talk about doing this shit on our motherfucking own. Right? And then saying like, this is how we gotta be on it. Because we never gonna get our just due unless we have our own. And we young enough. Okay? That 1 lung that you fought, because you a warrior. You a warrior, bro.
100%.
But that 1 lung that you fought on, you know your other lung is healing, right? You know you still alive to get 2 lungs, huh? Huh? Come on now. Huh? Shout him out. Do it. You know what I'm saying?
No, you right.
You know what I'm saying? We fuck that. We still in it, baby.
Right.
Know what I mean? So we have to do that. And I'm fighting that myself. I'm fighting my slave consciousness myself. Okay? But I am enough. I am enough. And my people needs me. And I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy Africa. I want to enjoy land ownership. I want to enjoy. I am going to enjoy waking up in the morning and seeing 50,000 acres. That's mine.
Right.
That's mine. Right? And my people, the village, yeah.
Right.
And to what now we make it normal for white people to feel like how we feel. Yeah. Like you don't matter. How about that? Yeah. Hey, can I get a job? You need y'all bitches gonna bring back DEI. Boys gonna be on the other side. Pussy.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you need to subscribe, please.
100%. Please do. Click that red button
Please.
and comment. Let us know what you think.
So
Yeah, and for the motherfuckers who don't understand what I'm saying, you can't understand because you got the slave consciousness, you got the plantation on your mind, blocking your earlobes.
Right.
See, but you're disconnected because they don't want us to be connected. Because if we connected, then we feel our brother's pain. So Sonia Massey, she gets shot in the face. That was my sister, right? I feel that pain, right? Our brothers and sisters that's dying every day, I feel that pain. And these white motherfuckers got the audacity to sit and smile comfortably from a seat that they forefathers stole. And then got the audacity to open their white, non-lip having ass and say, you should do better. Do better where, bitch? You motherfuckers is thieves. You thieves. It's just a sense of entitlement that they have that bothers me. I hate it. I don't like it. And I don't give a fuck what white motherfucker or white loving motherfucker feels some type of way about it. It's diabolical. They passing the laws they just passed. You don't see they talking about Charlie. Fuck Charlie. How many brothers get shot in the neck every day in Chicago?
stop.
You know how many brothers stop what? You know how many, yeah, you're right. We need to stop this. You know how many brothers get shot in the neck every day in Chicago? You know how many police officers shoot black unarmed men in the neck every day and it don't even make the fucking news? Fuck Charlie. Huh? How many people die? How many mothers cry to no avail to have this person make fake debates with uninformed black kids trying to discredit what we go through, trying to erase our Holocaust, and then raise up a group of people desensitized with no empathy for the next generation? Man, fuck him. He's doing the devil's work. We ain't supporting that. We glad you gone. Period. Everybody feels some type of way when some white man die. I'm still pissed off Martin Luther King caught one. Huh?
I love your pain, King.
Come on, bro. See, listen, no.
Listen.
You remember before you say it, because you driving the car wrong.
Nah,
you keep saying,
Drive, Lucky, drive.
I know where you going.
Drive, Lucky.
Listen, I'm not against you.
You should say what you should have said was, I love our pain. I love how you express solutions to the pain that we go through. They want us to be isolated. They don't want us to be mad. When you go talk, you gotta see these so-called Jewish people. You go to small Korea, go to little Korea, go to the synagogue and watch how these motherfuckers talk about their enemies and their oppressors. They burning their flags and all types of shit.
You're not wrong.
So I'm supposed to be sitting there and be like, I'm sad that this white man that don't give a fuck about me or my culture, what I went through, I'm sad. No, I'm not sad, bro. I'm sad that we don't have black leadership that can identify the poison that these white people try to produce through media and the platforms that media give them because we don't own it. And I'm tired of us acting like we don't matter. It's time that we go, fuck B&H. We need to build our own cameras. Why we not building our own cameras? As kids, I know you know this, we take shit apart and put it back together. I did that as a kid. So why can't we take this camera apart and look at all the parts and say, how can we emulate it until we figure out how to make our own camera? And then build factories in Africa and make our own A&H.
But there's nothing to stop us from doing that, though.
Listen, it is. It's the slave consciousness. So when you understand, I didn't say that the stopping is final, right? But it's a hindrance. And if you keep ignoring the true hindrance, which is the slave consciousness, then you'll never be truly free. You'll just be a better version of a nigga that they can accept on their plantation. But if you reject the slave consciousness and you start saying, well, let me look at old African belief systems. Okay, what the fuck? I'm not supposed to die at 75. I'm supposed to live until I'm about 900 years old. Why am I accepting the white man's death date as mine? What? Huh? You fucked you up, huh? Why am I accepting the white man's death date as mine? That's his death date. He can't live long. We can't. He's disease ridden. Fuck you. Right? So he created, this is crazy. He created a fucking meal plan for our death. We're not even eating how we supposed to eat. So we getting sick because you ever see the food pyramid?
Yeah.
Greens is at the top.
Brother, go look at that same meal plan from 1970. Tell me what's at the top. That's your homework. Go look at that meal plan 50 years ago. Look what's at the top.
Let's look at it right now. In this 2025 day and age. Let's pull it up.
I would like to see this. To see this. From 1970s.
Need to help him up. Need to help you out, brother. Yeah, maybe it's okay. Hit your alarm clock real quick. No more snooze button for you. Wake your ass right on the fuck up.
1970 meal food plan, right?
Mm-hmm. The pyramid.
You gotta help this guy out, man. Let me help you. You got it?
Meal pyramid.
You should help. You look smart.
I got you.
You got it? All right, cool. Let me show you all right. Make sure you're right.
At the top, we have fats, oils, and sweets.
I rest my fucking case, man. I rest my motherfucking case, man. I didn't have to know it to know that. I just want you to know it. I want them to know it. See? They just move on to something else. They fuck us, right? They fuck a generation and then revise it because so the next generation can't wake up. Oh, you forgot Section 8. You forgot that they made the black woman kick the white. You forgot they made the black woman kick the black father out the crib after he got laid off. After they closed the factories, fucked up the factory jobs. Now the brother get laid off, he can't get no money, and now the wife try to survive, so she get government assistance. They like, yo, he can't stay here.
He can't stay here. That.
Check it.
Wow.
So look, check it. They clipped that. Listen, time out.
Wow.
They clipped that generation.
Yeah, that's a real thing. That was the beginning of welfare.
But listen, check it out. But listen. Right. But no, the white farmer wife didn't have to kick the husband out and still got subsidy from the government. So they didn't tell you. Them so-called fake-ass immigrants, they wasn't required to kick out their husband. And when the people came to inspect to see if the husband was there, white husband sitting on the couch like Al Bundy with his hand in his pants, and they ain't saying nothing, still getting their money. They bringing ice through the whole projects to make sure ain't no black man in that motherfucking house. Huh?
Right.
Okay?
That's true.
So what we talking about? But check it out. We supposed to forget that. But that generation, look, you had a father.
Have.
Right? Check it out. I'm not saying you.
Okay, sorry.
Right? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he ready to bite.
You good.
Saying you had a father. But your father was chained down, shackled before he had you and was injected with drugs and chemicals and crack and all that. Right? And then he had a baby. He got your mom's pregnant. Then when your mom was pregnant, they chained her too.
Right.
Made her drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes every day. How's the baby gonna be born?
Discombobulated.
So now, fuck your parents. So now they want you to forget what they did to your parents and make you think you just was born with these disabilities. This is just your birthright. It's my birth curse, bitch. This is why it's important for us to understand things are passed down hereditary. I don't gotta know your father, know you look sound like your father. Why though? It's hereditary, right?
For sure.
So there's things that happen to people that came before us, part of our bloodline, that still affects us, that's passed down. Especially that fear and that societal acceptance of white supremacy and superiority. Because how many Christians think, they say, you just said Jesus. Okay, let's unpack it. The beginning of this thing, you said something about Jesus. I don't know if you remember. Mm-hmm. You know why Jesus was killed though? Because he was an African and a master of self, and he created a system of self-mastery. And that system of self-mastery was challenged in the white power structure. So he was assassinated and killed. So you got to put Jesus in the same conversation as Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. But they want you to say, oh, he died for your sins. Like he was some white man that, no. He was challenging the power of the Romans. He was challenging the white power structure. Jesus was African. Oh, but what? He was African?
No, absolutely. It's based on the description in the Bible. He definitely wasn't a white man.
But what was he doing? What was he doing? Why were people so mad? Why was he killed? It make you think, he's on the cross, he died for our sins. No, man, he was challenging the white power structure. He was challenging white supremacy, and he was waking up people. And he created a system of self-reliance.
He did.
So he became an enemy to the white man as a black man. But you say Jesus, not even knowing, you talking about yourself.
Yeah, I definitely knew Jesus wasn't a white man, 100%.
Yeah. But you didn't know he was an African fighting for African power.
We gotta wrap this up shortly.
Right? And if you did, it changes something. Don't it change something a little bit?
It do. Not a little bit, a lot.
I got a question for you, right? Before we end off, because we touched on a lot of topics today.
Of course, supposed to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where do you feel the black community is when it comes to love and relationships.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, I got you. Cause ooh. So look,
Because I feel like that's a real
I got
structure.
you.
As far
Listen,
as
so relationships got to be
getting
50
ahead as well.
Relationships have to be 50-50, all right?
Right.
Relationships have to be 50-50.
Absolutely.
Okay? But the 50-50 is an application of both diverse roles into the situation and the scenario. The man's 50% is his role. The man's 50% is protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Right.
The woman's 50% is wisdom, balance, the multiplication of that man's finances and the protection of that man's finances and the empathy and the nurturing. That's the 50-50. They have to work together.
Right.
Okay? Now, the woman, through her wisdom, she has to apply 3 phases of love in this way. Her first phase of love is informative. This is part of her 50%. Her first phase of love is informative. She's informing that man that he has to go to God for provision, because through that provision, he's going to be able to provide for himself, her, and the family. Okay, so that's the first phase of love. She has to be informative, that's her wisdom. She's tapping into her wisdom, right? Then the second phase of love is unconditional. She has to have empathy. She has to unconditionally love that man. And she has to unconditionally love that man long enough for him to be in the proper headspace to apply the wisdom so he can go to God and be in his true role in his position. The last phase of love of the woman is tough love, which is accountability. But you can't have an expectation without preparation. So she prepared that man for those harsh, stern expectations through informative love, which is the wisdom, and unconditional love, which is the nurturing and the patience, right? And then when we talk about the woman has to be equally yoked, she can't. How you a balance if you don't have a skill set conducive to how I'm making money? So if the man is dealing with the woman, she has to have a knowledge based on something relevant to him, so she can multiply his money and protect his money.
Right.
So this is the balance, and it has to be a purpose, right, for the relationship. So our black love and relationships is interrupted by white supremacy because they don't want us coming together to build powerful family structures. And if we don't have a family structure, we can't build a nation. So it's imperative for our women to understand that they're a pawn on the white man's chessboard. The greatest soldier in the white man's army is the black woman. It's imperative for our brothers to understand that we are targeted because we possess the power to change, to shift the power structure.
Right.
So we have to start creating purpose for our relationships, okay? And not be discouraged or hyper-focused on how black men and black women are shown together in media, because that's just the white man's play to keep us confused and not loving each other.
Right.
Okay? And we need to stay away from interracial dating, because you can't build a nation with nobody else who look like you.
Amen to
You can't
that.
build a nation running in a man's butt, and you can't build a nation as a girl with her face in another girl's coochie.
Right.
We have to procreate. We have to procreate with each other.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Before we, wrap this up, is there anything you want to tell those who follow your leadership?
No, man, go to God. That's the first thing. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. Only think about what you want. Forget about what you don't want. Never speak about what you don't have. Learn who you are. Love who you are. Apply what you are to your life and to the world. And things are going to be different. And stop loving everybody but yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for always tuning to Life Over Likes.
Amen. And to another great show. My brother here, the smart man. Thank you for coming, King.
I appreciate you.
It was a pleasure.
Guys, make sure you subscribe.
And please, please, please don't forget to subscribe. And we're out of here.